Hello and welcome back. In the last episode we read through our treatment. In this episode we're going to turn that into a scene list. Let's get started. Okay, we're in the writing studio, we have our treatment. I've just copied it as I'm going to copy and paste a duplicate version just because I'm going to change it. This is really simple. All we want to do now is to make sure that we have no such thing as writer's block. We're going to make a list of scenes. Really simple. Our prologue is quite easy. We know that that's a regular scene. Then we're just going to start adding on. If we can come back to that one. 2 years later, Robert sits in his kitchen looking miserable. Dirty dishes are piled in the sink. His farm manager, James, comes to talk with him, but he doesn't really care. That's a scene. Scene number 3. We then go on to later that evening. James returns and they have a heart-to-heart over a drink. In the conversation, it suggested that he tries a medium to see if he can contact Rebecca. Again, we have a complete scene there. Robert visits London to meet a medium. Now, we have to travel to London. So we'd say that Robert visits London, or let's say that Robert travels to London first. Robert and buys a newspaper. He looks at the classified section first and reads of spiritualists. Let's say he visits Camden and has his palm read. He asks the palmist who they recommend to contact his wife, and he's given the name of a medium. So we could say, as the next scene, attends the medium's house, makes an appointment for that evening. Then he has the seance. Now you notice the difference. Every single one of these things is something that's happening that is in a different location, or there is something different about it. So, for example, if we come down to this, Robert travels to London. This one. So Robert travels to London, buys a newspaper, he looks at the classified section first and reads of spiritualists. We need to put that in somehow. But it's quite easy to put it in as a new scene. You could have him talk to himself. You could have him make some notes. We might want to show a little bit of who he is. So, is he somebody who would believe this? Is he skeptical? The way that we describe him reading the newspaper will show us a little bit of who he is. He goes to Camden and has his palm read first. This is a scene. This allows some dialogue. We can see that he's on a bit of a quest. He's looking for things. And this is why the scene list is important. If I didn't have the scene list, I would have looked at the treatment and said, Robert goes to London and meets a medium. How? What's the important part? How are we going to write this? So I'll go away and finish this one now. It will probably come out at about 30 to 35 scenes. And once I have that, I'm then ready to start writing the first draft. I've been working on the scene list for a few hours. I've taken the treatment and it is broken down into 33 individual scenes. It's so important to make a scene list, yet a lot of novice writers don't bother. The reason we do it is so we can avoid writer's block. I now have a story broken into 33 very manageable sized components. And what I can do now is write one scene, put the project down, pick it up, write the next scene, put it down. They will never have writer's block. That's why the scene list is so important. It might be a little bit boring for me to show you the scene list now, but I'll include it at the end of the video, that if you want to go through frame by frame, you'll be able to see the whole scene list just to see how I did it. But we're now ready to begin writing. So in the next episode, we'll start on the first draft. We'll see you soon.